Cosmic Diva here, and this video is all about the space triangle. Now, you remember I just a few days ago published some videos showing you guys this odd triangle in the sky, and you could see it in some of the cloud cams over Alaska and Canada, right? These FAA cams, the weather cams. Boy, I mean, just it was scary, because to me, I'm like, that triangle is ridiculous. It makes no sense. How can that be? As a photographer, I don't know flares that spread out and then get together to form one big, gigantic triangle. I'd never seen that before, so I really wanted to go find out what that was. Now, a little research. Watching the lovely SpaceX footage, and I am watching this weird rocket going into space here. This rocket that is supposedly the size of a 20-story building. I didn't know rockets got that big. That's crazy. Anyways, surfing around looking at the space news, and I come across this news story. Check it out. Company shoots shiny orb into orbit and angers astronomers over space graffiti. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, okay, yeah, it's a ball, but I mean, it's got triangles, right? Is this what the hell I was looking at? I'm sorry to curse, but really? Okay, let's read on. Rocket Lab founder and chief executive Peter Beck stands with the Humanities Star in New Zealand in November. Earlier this month, the New Zealand-based private spaceflight company Rocket Lab successfully delivered its first orbital payload. Rocket Lab's Electron rocket released, along with 3 commercial satellites, an art installation as satellite called the Humanities Star. The satellite, a highly reflective 65-faced ball crafted of carbon fiber. What? Okay. Okay, again. Sorry about that, guys. The satellite, a highly reflective 65-faced ball crafted of carbon fiber, will orbit the Earth for 9 months. Around October, its orbit will decay, and the satellite will disintegrate as it descends in the atmosphere. Until its destruction, the Humanities Star will twinkle so brightly it can be witnessed by observers below. It will be most visible at dawn or dusk, creating an effect Rocket Lab likened on its website to a bright, flashing shooting star. Rocket Lab's goal is nothing less than a reflection on the cosmos. Wait for when the Humanities Star is overhead and take your loved ones outside to look up and reflect. You may just feel a connection to the more than 7 billion other people on this planet we share this ride with. Founder Peter Beck said in a statement on the company's website, which also hosts a location tracker for the orb. Isn't that nice? But the giant Dungeons and Dragons die floating through space is not a critical hit. Not among professional stargazers. On Thursday, Mashable journalist Miriam Kramer collected criticisms from astronomers on Twitter. The scientist described the Humanities Star as vandalism, a disco ball, space graffiti, and space garbage. Naked eyes can already see the International Space Station, astronomer Mama Jack tweeted. And sending reflective objects into orbit has not, in the past, prompted awe and world peace. Columbia University astronomer Caleb A. Scharf, writing at Scientific American, said the idea sounds like jolly fun, but also fills them with a big dose of dread. The satellite, in his perspective, is an unwanted intrusion into an environment increasingly crowded by satellites. There are a few thousand satellites in Earth's orbit, and our ability to deploy a bunch of satellites at once is growing. In February, India deployed 104 small satellites from a single rocket, setting a world record. Decades before space powers had such capabilities, NASA astrophysicist Donald Kessler worried about space debris, triggering a chain reaction of collisions among a thick sky filled with satellites, a scenario termed the Kessler syndrome. This is not to suggest that the humanity star will be the spark that sets off the Kessler syndrome. Kessler was describing an orbital Nagasaki. What? Okay. Let me do that one again, y'all. Kessler was describing an orbital Nagasaki where everything was annihilated. Federal Communications Commission economist Peter J. Alexander, who has written a paper on space trash, told the Washington Post in 2013. But there are degrees in which the environment gets degraded even before that sort of collisional cascade, he added. I don't want to be too negative about the Rocket Lab ball. I salute them for their success in putting it into orbit. New York University astrophysicist Benjamin Pope told the Post. He also pointed to a tweet that suggested not everyone in the field was opposed, summing up the counter-narrative. It is probably short-lived and kind of cool. That said, he disagreed with Rocket Lab's decision. Privately sending bright toys up there can harm the international astronomical community's use of it. You think? Privately sending bright toys up there can harm the international astronomical community's use of it. Okay. Satellites do not need to be chronic pests or annihilators. What is that? You need me to read that again? Okay. Satellites do not need to be chronic pests or annihilators to cause headaches. A quick blaze through a telescope's field of view can disrupt research. Astronomers are well used to finding their hard-won images streaked with the destructive light trails of glinting objects as they pass overhead. Scharf, who also compared launching the Humanity Star to sticking a big flashing strobe light on a polar bear. For no reason at all. Here's what it looks like when a satellite goes through the Hubble's field of view whilst you are trying to image something in the distant solar system. That sucks. This Humanity Star could well be a minor annoyance, Pope said. In particular, as it zooms through the sky, it will pass through the fields of view of ground-based observatories, and it will ruin patches of their data. He can only find limited information about the Earth's orbit, but he was concerned it might travel above large observatories in Hawaii or Chile, which are particularly sensitive to bright objects. Rocket Lab did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but when Pope tweeted, "Oh God, why would you do this to us astronomers?" the company replied that the object's presence will be short-lived. Rocket Lab tweets, "The Humanity Star will blink across the sky for just a second, and it won't be visible in your region for the full 9 months in orbit." Look, Our hope is that it draws people's attention to the stars, then leaves them looking to the universe long after the humanity's star has passed. Ah, thanks. The company's also considering future iterations of the humanity star once this one is destroyed, according to its website. Rocket Lab, now you know you need your ass whooped. You know you wrong for this. Hey guys, let's make this gigantic foil ball and put it into orbit. And then we'll tell people after we did it. We're not going to tell you guys before. We're not launching any campaigns. Cause fuck your feelings. I mean, why do we care how you feel? Let's just put this in the sky and, I don't know, let's see what happens, man. I mean, we don't think it's going to hit a satellite and cause Nagasaki overhead. No. Oh my God, that's totally not even going to happen because it's not a balloon. It's a hard ball. Oh my God. Man. Do you ever see stuff like this and you realize why humanity destroys itself every so often? Do you see how we get there? Do you see how we get there? By the way, talking about trash in the sky that doesn't need to be there, let's give a special shout out to the lovely makers you can see here on the screen of the Tiangong 1. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Yes. It's floating in the sky. It's supposed to be their space lab. Yeah. That's awesome, isn't it? It's special. Except for one problem. Like, one tiny little, one itsy bitsy baby little problem. It stopped working in 2016. They don't have any control over it, and it is slowly descending back to the Earth. And they don't know where it's going to land. Ideally, it's going to burn up in parts, but what doesn't burn is going to be a big fireball coming back down over who knows where. Sometime in March of 2018. Sleep well. What do you think about this? I mean, this is the age of the Anthropocene, right? It's the age of man-made weather and man-made catastrophe. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. Tell me what you think about this. This look like a good idea? Is all this space exploration worth it? It's not like any of us can go. Right? Talk to you again soon. Bye.